If you guys fell asleep at some point during this Raw episode tonight, I want you guys to hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Outside of Becky's promo after the contract signing, which is garbage, Brock's segment, which is fucking entertaining as fuck tonight. Outside of the decent triple threat match that we got tonight between Orton, Styles, and McIntyre, Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black Part 3, and Murphy turning heel. Outside of those 5 things tonight on this particular episode of Raw, this show was boring. If I have to rate this show, I give this show a solid 3.5 to 4 out of 10. I saw somebody on Twitter rate this show a 7.5 out of 10. I don't know. I really don't know. Now, if you guys are wondering, and people have been saying this on social media, oh, Raw could take a hit on the ratings tomorrow. Yeah, they will. Because as I'm watching right now, the college football playoff national championship game, it is LSU against Clemson. And right now, LSU, according on this recording right now, LSU is 42-25 with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Raw, the ratings for Monday Night Raw tomorrow will take a hit. It will. It'll take a hit. It will take a fucking hit. Outside of those 5 things, Raw was terrible. Raw was just boring every single week. Terrible every single week. We're going to go over everything that happened on the show tonight. And we're going to talk about that segment with Brock Lesnar, because that really caught my attention. That segment really caught my attention. People were asking me and everything else. Oh, Chris, what did you think of the R-Truth promo that he cut about him mentioning John Cena? There's a reason why he said John Cena's name in that segment. And we'll talk about that on the review tonight. Give me a second. Let me turn this shit off. There you go. We'll talk about everything here on the review. And what I thought of the show. Show was boring. I mean, I fell asleep doing a Ricochet match, so that's how you know the show is fucking boring. But outside of those things, man, outside of the 5 things that I just mentioned, Raw was boring tonight. I mean, I had to change the channel a couple more times to watch the fucking national championship game, because it had my attention. But this is your official Monday Night Raw review for your Monday, January 14th, 2020. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. If you guys thought that Raw was boring tonight, same thing how I felt. Or if you guys watched the national championship game, or you was playing your PS4, or you was hanging out with your girlfriend and your family, and you didn't bother watching Monday Night Raw tonight, hit that like button. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought of Raw tonight. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to show your support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on those guys for all notifications. As we are on the road right now to 300 subscribers on the channel. So far, we've hit 225 subs so far. Good. Hopefully, this brings up the channel to more eyes, to more people and shit. Because I'm doing these PlayStation 4, Xbox giveaways every single month. And I'm going to say this right now. The next giveaway I will have is before or during NXT TakeOver Portland. So around February 16th will be the very next giveaway. The winners of the PS4 and Xbox giveaways will get their codes tomorrow. As soon as they come out of jury duty, I'm going to go to fucking GameStop, buy me a $20 PSN card and a $25 Xbox card, and I'll DM the codes to the winner. So you guys will see that from there. So congrats if you guys are watching. Congrats to the 2 winners. You guys will get your codes tomorrow. As soon as I come out of jury duty, you guys will get your codes tomorrow. But here's a good thing, though, about the people that enter the giveaway. Now, you're going to ask me, oh, does the winners get a second chance? No. Once you've won the giveaways, you're out of the giveaway. You're out. You're out of the giveaway. So don't think about making another Twitter account. Don't think about doing that shit, because I will see. I will seek and I will track it down. Trust me, I've had that happen to me during this giveaway. I had one person try to go for 2 entries. You're having double the odds of winning. No, bro. Can't do that. But I have no content. I mean, I do have one content. I have content out from yesterday with the reaction video of the Soda Pop. So, yeah. There you go, bro. If you guys want to check out the reaction video that I did yesterday on Soda Pop, link to that video will be in the annotation above that you see over there in the upper hand corner of your screen with that little eye over there. In the annotation above that you see on the upper hand corner of your screen. If you guys haven't checked out the podcast from, I believe from last week, I haven't uploaded the podcast. I apologize. If you guys haven't checked out episode 66 of the Reality Podcast, is live on the channel right now, as well as Raw Review from last week. Link to all those videos will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you guys are following me on social media. Instagram at your boy Chris YT, Twitter Chris from Logan, and Snapchat Chris was hitting. And like I said, folks, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to show your support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on those guys for all notifications. Let's begin Monday Night RAW review tonight from the University of Kentucky. From the University of Kentucky, and it's fourth quarter right now. It's 59 seconds left, and LSU is about to beat Clemson. I think they're about to score another touchdown. I don't think they are because, yeah, time is already out. So there you go. Raw review. Raw kicked off tonight with the future Hall of Famer, the Viper himself, Mr. Randy Orton. Randall Keith Orton. The fans chant for Orton as he stands in the ring, so he jumps on the top rope and goes for another slow pose. Yeah, I tried. Orton says he was asked to come out tonight and excitedly welcome everyone to Raw. However, excited isn't his style, so he wants to call out a superstar who is exciting. AJ Styles. Said AJ Styles, get your ass out here. Orton says he will show Styles why he is going to win the Royal Rumble for the 3rd time. While he's here, he'll introduce him to the 3 most destructive letters in WWE. RKO. Yeah. Styles comes to the ring looking mad. Styles asks why Orton asked him to come out. He admit that Orton got him last week with the injury angle. I mean, it was expected that Orton's... I mean, there was a report out there that Orton's injury was fake. It was a work injury. It was completely worked. So I don't know if you people caught that, but it was completely worked a few weeks ago. And now Randy thinks he's the favorite to win the Rumble, but it's not true and he knows it. Orton asks why, and AJ asks, he says, because last week on Raw, he hit the sweetest RKO of all time for the win. Orton laughs, and AJ says, many people have said it was the best they've ever seen. It was so good that maybe that's all he needs to win the Royal Rumble. And if you guys are, while I'm recording right now, LSU just won the national championship. So congrats to LSU. Drew McIntyre comes out. All of a sudden, I'm starting to, his babyface role, I don't know about you guys, but Drew McIntyre's babyface role is starting to warm up to me a little bit. It's starting to. I mean, although I'm used to Drew as a fucking heel, but him so far as a babyface, it's kind of warming up to me just a little bit. Not a lot, but like I said, I'm giving it a chance. So Drew McIntyre comes out and says that would have to introduce himself. He says he's had a few hard weeks with tough opponents, like the conga line, but now he wants bigger and better opponents, and it just so happens he finds himself looking at Randy Orton and AJ Styles. He says they're having an RKO measuring contest, but his Claymore is bigger. Listen, his Claymore kick is fucking devastating. Just know. Devastating. Randy throws his mic in the air. Drew then asks the fans if they want to see them talk all night or have a triple threat match. Of course, the fans choose the latter side, which is the triple threat. So we got the triple threat between Orton, Styles, and Drew McIntyre. This match went 10 minutes. Drew McIntyre was asleep for 4 of those minutes. for nearly half the matchup, Drew was asleep. The only reason why they did this triple threat, I mean, obviously, you're putting Randy, I mean, it was advertised, obviously from a week ago. This was advertised. It was going to be Orton and Styles one-on-one. Obviously, I think they pulled an audible and put Drew McIntyre in the matchup because who else does Drew McIntyre have to face? Drew McIntyre's been fucking competing against all these fucking jobbers and shit and fucking catering sit-downers and everything else every single week. Give Drew McIntyre some fucking competition. And there you go. You got Orton and Styles. 2 world champions, 2 future Hall of Famers. You put Drew up against. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Because if you're putting Randy and AJ one-on-one, who's Drew gonna face? You have to build up Drew going into the Rumble pay-per-view. You have to build up Drew. Who also fucking Monday Night Raw that you've already fucking killed Vince could be in the ring against Drew McIntyre. So I'm glad that they put Drew in this matchup, in this triple threat. The only reason why they put Drew in this matchup is to make him build momentum going into the Rumble. People want to think now that Drew is a credible threat to win the Rumble. We shall talk about the winner of the Rumble in a second. Just a few minutes here. So we got this triple threat between Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and Drew McIntyre. The match is decent. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was not that bad. It wasn't even that bad. So Orton and AJ went one-on-one for literally 98% of the matchup. Literally 98% of the matchup. They went one-on-one. The matchup was getting heated though. Orton grabbed the steel steps and crashed Drew in the head with them. Then he and AJ get into the ring. As soon as Randy gets in, AJ hits the draping DDT that Orton does all the time. Styles drops to his knees and pounds the mat like Orton and goes for the RKO but gets countered. Styles drops Randy with a Pele kick, then looks for the RKO again but gets shoved away and kicked. Orton lifts AJ, hits the Styles Clash, but he kicks out. Orton hit a Styles Clash on Styles, which looked fucking, I'm not gonna lie to you, it looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. Now, Styles' RKO that he hit on Akira Tozawa last week looked good too. It looked good. But Orton hitting Styles with a Styles Clash and Styles kicked out. How embarrassing that would have been if Styles got pinned because of his own finishing move. Orton drops down and ready for the RKO, but AJ counters with a roll-up for a near fall. Orton catches AJ with an RKO, but McIntyre immediately comes in, hits it with the Claymore kick, pins Styles for the victory, right place at the right time. That's where Drew was at. Drew was at the right place at the right time. So Drew wins. This only built momentum for Drew as he's going into the Royal Rumble. Obviously, you will see Randy and AJ in the Rumble, but you got to build up Drew. Drew is the only guy on Raw right now that's being built up. If you really sit there and think about it, out of everybody else on Monday Night Raw, Drew McIntyre is the only guy right now that's being built up. I would love to see Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar. But according to what we got, that we heard doing Brock's segment tonight, I'm kind of leaning towards that way. And I said this in the group chat earlier, Storms, if you're watching, I'm not behind it. I can see it happen. So Drew McIntyre wins this decent triple threat match to kick off Monday Night Raw. We see a lengthy recap of last week's Raw when Big Show returned. Yeah, just hand me the fucking NyQuil and my Yankee fucking blanket to sleep. I love Show as much as the next guy. I don't. I'm getting this from Ringside News. It's their notes here. I asked this question. I do love Big Show back in the Attitude Era, but now I don't. It's 2020. Why is the Big Show being featured on live television? Yeah, I got attacked last week because I want to say, if you enjoyed the Big Show being on TV, you shouldn't be a wrestling fan and shit. I got attacked by it last week. People were telling me, what about Chris Jericho as AEW World Champion? What about fucking Dustin Rhodes? That's his fucking AEW. What about DDP that's competing on Dynamite Wednesday? Here's the difference here. Here's the fucking difference. Big Show has competed now in 2 straight weeks since he's been back. He competed last week, and he competed tonight. DDP, who's going to be competing on Raw, fucking, forgive me, Father. Forgive me, wrestling gods, forgive me. DDP is going to be competing on Dynamite on Wednesday in a 6-man tag. That is a one-off match. That's the only time he's going to compete. After Dynamite next week, when are you ever going to see DDP wrestle again? Probably never. Probably never. Come on. You people are fucking retarded. Oh, but, you know, they got a 53-year-old Chris Jericho as the AEW World Champion. Oh, but they got Dustin Rhodes at fucking AEW Dynamite. And you got fucking DDP competing on Dynamite next week. Learn the difference, folks. DDP is competing in a one-off. Well, you had Big Show competing the last 2 weeks. On the first 2 Raws of 2020. You had Big Show compete. These people don't fucking think. These people don't damn think. Erick and Razor are taping up backstage when in walks Seth Rollins, the Monday Night Messiah. Ooh. He says he hopes they're as excited as he is. I'm not. Because opportunities like this don't come around very often. He says this fist fight is an opportunity, and if you aren't with him, you're against him. Who, I wonder where I heard that from before. He asks if Joe, Owens, or Big Show can stop them, and they say no. He says you can't stop destiny, and he has sacrificed more than anyone to ensure that remains intact. Ooh. Mr. Big Bad Seth Rollins cutting a promo. We got Ricochet in action. Ricochet makes his entrance for a match after the commercial break. So we got Ricochet versus Mojo Rawley. I would be lying to you if I said that I fell asleep during this matchup. I did. I wouldn't be lying to you. I did not watch this match. I fell asleep. As soon as he went to commercial, I took a little nap. By the time I heard Vic Joseph says 6:30, woke me up, the match is over. Ricochet versus Mojo Rawley. Now you want to push Ricochet now? Against a nobody like Mojo Rawley. Really? Don't get me wrong, I love Ricochet. I do. But at the same time, come on. You got to build up Ricochet, bro. Ricochet's just too talented to be wasted on Monday Night Raw. If that's the case, if you're not using any NXT talent, move them back to NXT. Move them back to NXT. Because Ricochet in NXT felt important. He felt important when he was in NXT. Now I'm the main roster, I couldn't even give a single fuck about Ricochet. And that's hard for me to say. That's hard for me to say. It hurts to say that. Because I love Ricochet. I'm a big fan of Ricochet. Dating back to NXT, of course. His NXT days were fucking spectacular. Ricochet wins with a 6:30. I mean, what's that going to do for him down in the long run? Will he be eliminated in the fucking Rumble first? Maybe. Maybe. But if I'm Vince, if you're not going to use guys like Ricochet and Kyrie Sane and anybody else who's fucking feeling some type of way because they're on the main roster, send them back to NXT. So, yeah, man. Street Profits are backstage, and Ford says this Raw is so hot, we should rename it Monday Night Smoke. I immediately changed the channel the second he said that. I kid you not. The Street Profits are cool in NXT, not on the main roster. Yeah. Yeah. I'm already getting sick of them already. He talks about the card tonight and asks Dawkins who he has in the fist fight tonight. Dawkins says he's busy working on his Oscar ballot, and Ford says what a good pop culture reference. Dawkins throws it away and asks the truck to hit the Queen's music. And they played Charlotte Flair's music. She made her entrance and she had a match against Sarah Logan. We were supposed to get this match last week, but the match never started last week. Again, this was a match I did not watch. I was on my PS4 playing fucking Uno on my PS4 while having a show on the fucking background. Charlotte wins with a figure 8. Is Charlotte going to win the Rumble? No. But what was the whole point? You could have given me this match last week and give Charlotte the night off this week. I'm not going to lie to you, this was the only women's match in the entire show. No. Charlotte wins. Do you care in the end? No. I doubt that you care. After the match, Charlotte put on her robe, then tossed Logan over and out over the top rope, and she hit the apron hard. Logan got an entrance as though they were maybe looking to push her, but the match was awkward and reeked of a squash. Moving on with the show here. Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens are backstage debating tactics for tonight's match. Joe says the only tactics they need is beating people up. The Big Show walks up and clenches a fist in front of Owens. He says his fist needs to be reintroduced to Seth Rollins' face. After all, Big Show's fist is 7XL. I don't know if that's true or not, but whatever. There you go. We get Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman and his advocate, the current reigning, defending, undisputed WWE heavyweight champion of the world, Brock Lesnar. Tell me how I did. I did good? Good? All right, good. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman come down to the ring. And I'm not going to lie to you, this was the best segment of the entire show. This was entertaining, which we'll go over in a second. Heyman mocks the Kentucky accent as they booed the two of them. They were loud boos, which I enjoy. Then introduces him and Brock Lesnar. The fans keep booing and start chanting, "You suck." So Heyman and Brock leave the ring and start up the ramp. They stop and Heyman says his client does not suck. Boy, do I love Paul Heyman on the microphone. They got nuclear heat in Kentucky. The two of them get back in the ring and Brock holds his title up high. Heyman says they'll start over, so he introduces himself and the boos are incredible and people wonder why Brock is still around. Because Brock is a big name. That's why he's still around. Heyman says last week they broke the biggest news of the year, that Brock will be entering the Rumble at number 1. He reiterates that none of the other 29 men are worthy and none will stand a chance. Heyman said there's a streak going on in the company and it's perhaps the greatest streak of all time. No, Mr. Heyman, you stop that streak. You and Brock, no. Matter of fact, Vince stopped the greatest streak in pro wrestling history. Which, in my opinion, should have never ended to begin with. All the reason why the streak was broken because of the network and it wanted to create buzz and subs on the network. So that's why. Of course, there was another streak at one point, but it was conquered by the Beast. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? The new streak is about his spoilers, and his spoilers are always right. He says he wants to make it clear that Brock isn't going to eke out a win at the Rumble. He's going to dominate. Heyman continues talking his spoilers until R-Truth, the 24/7 champion, comes out. And this is when it got entertaining. Truth gets in the ring and he says he's glad Heyman called him out because he's about to set things off. Truth says he saw something about the Rumble on TV. You might be the most favorite, but his childhood hero, John Cena, taught him to never give up. So for the first time ever, the 24/7, 48/7, 7-Eleven, I-90 South, Lexington, Kentucky European champion is declaring to be entered to the Royal Rumble match. And it isn't about the size of the dog, but the size of the fight of the dog. It says you might be big man, but you will go over the top rope. Paul Heyman. Shit was hilarious. He keeps on. Brock laughs his ass off while Heyman looks baffled. There was actually some point in that segment where Brock was actually laughing at R-Truth's jokes. And it was nice to see. It was really nice to see that. Heyman calls Truth a bond kit and says he isn't in the match. He says Truth will be going face-to-face with Lesnar instead. Truth asks Heyman if he's in the match, and Heyman yells at him. Truth says, my bad. Then says that for the first time he's officially undeclaring for the Royal Rumble match. And Brock laughs again. It's hilarious. Truth says he wasn't listening back there because Heyman talks so much. He's been spoiling everything, so what's the point? Truth says he isn't entering the Rumble because he doesn't want to go to Suduk's Fall City. Our Truth is hilarious, bro. Heyman tells that Truth and says nobody likes him. Crowd boos again. Lesnar gets in Truth's face and Truth asks him what's up, then does a splits and dance until Brock clotheslines him. Brock F5's Truth and lifts the 24/7 championship and throws it at Truth. Brock grabs the mic and says, that's what's up, and leaves with his title. What a great segment. This was fantastic. This was fucking fantastic. This was the best segment of the entire show. So far, in my honest opinion, when it comes to the fucking main roster, the best segment so far in 2020. The best segment so far. Best segment so far. And we're only 2 weeks in. So that's somewhat of a sign there. Somewhat of a sign. I said this on Twitter. There's a reason why R-Truth mentioned John Cena in his promo with Brock Lesnar in the ring. And I'm about to tell you that reason why. I was watching Off the Script on, I believe it was Friday's episode. I think it was Friday's episode. Yes, Friday's episode of Off the Script. Episode 308, part number 1. JD, shout out to you and Off the Script. Shout out to you. JD mentioned something that nobody in the community is thinking about. He mentioned Cena coming out at number 30, not only tossing Brock over the top rope to eliminate him, but win the Rumble, face Brock at WrestleMania for the title, and break Ric Flair's 16 Raw title reigns, and Cena have his 17th title reign at WrestleMania. His 17th Raw title at WrestleMania. I don't agree with it. Would I be behind it? Maybe. As long as it makes sense. But then again, you're taking an opportunity away from somebody who's busted their ass on the main roster. Maybe he could be coming from NXT, going on to the main roster, working his ass off to the point where he deserves a push. That's the only negative about that. If Cena wins his third Rumble, he's taking an opportunity away from somebody on the main roster who's there every single week. That's the only negative there. That's the only negative in that situation. But here's the positive about this. Well, the other negative is that Cena is breaking Ric Flair's record for the most championship reigns, world title reigns in history. Not a lot of people, whether you like it or not, a lot of people don't want to see that record being broken. I'm one of them. I don't want to see that record broken. Ric Flair is in my opinion, the second greatest superstar of all time. Next to, of course, The Undertaker. No one's ever going to change my mind that 21-0 at WrestleMania is better than 16 world titles. Ain't nobody changing my mind, nor ever. But that's for another discussion, for another video. I am going to sit here and be honest with you. Would I be okay with Cena winning the Rumble? Yeah, I could be. Do I want to see Cena beat Brock at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship? For the moment, yes. For the moment, yes. Would you have, and I'm going to sit here and predict this right now. Would you have Cena drop the title on Raw the very next night to somebody just for a push. Yeah. If Cena is winning the title at WrestleMania for his 17th title, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. John will drop the title on the very next night on Monday Night Raw. JD mentioned this on off the script, and I sat there and told myself, I can see that happen. I certainly can. I don't want to see it happen, but at the same time, it can make sense. It's going to make sense. Because, can you imagine the promo work between Brock Lesnar and John Cena alone? That'll be fantastic. That'll be fantastic. And also, they can build up the fact that Cena, they can go back to 2012 when they had their match at Extreme Rules 2012 in Chicago. I remember that matchup. Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Extreme Rules match at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view in Chicago in 2012. One of the greatest Extreme Rules matches I've ever seen out of Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Fantastic match. They can also build up the fact that Cena defended the title against Brock at SummerSlam in 2014, the same year that Brock ended The Undertaker's winning streak at WrestleMania. How many suplexes Brock gave John Cena that night? 16. 16. Cena can build up that fact that, you know, I want my revenge against you. Not only you want your revenge against me when I beat you at Extreme Rules, you want your revenge after the fact that, Cena wants his revenge after the fact that Cena got suplexed 16 times against Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Cena wants his revenge. This match could be 6 years in the making. 6 years in the making. A lot has happened since Brock took the fucking title from Cena. A lot has happened since. I would be okay with a Brock Cena match at WrestleMania. With a Cena Lesnar match at WrestleMania. As long as Cena drops the title the very next night on Monday Night Raw. I can see Cena win the Rumble. I can see it. And I said this in the beginning of the video. Anybody but Roman. I'd rather have Roman win the Elimination Chamber than win the Royal Rumble. Because how would that look if Roman won the Rumble? After him missing out, I think, 4 to 5 months with leukemia. Doesn't get featured to a World Championship picture. And then all of a sudden, in 2020, fresh new year, Roman wins the Rumble, gets the Fiend at WrestleMania, and beats the Fiend for the Universal Championship. Now, I have my reasons why it could happen, but as long as it happens and it makes sense after WrestleMania, then I guess. This segment was fantastic. This segment was fantastic. This was the best segment of the entire show. Leave a comment down below. What did you guys think of what I mentioned about Cena winning the Rumble, him beating Brock at WrestleMania for the title, him winning his 17th title, and dropping it on Raw the very next night to perhaps an NXT superstar. Perhaps an NXT superstar. Perhaps somebody. I don't know. But let's see. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought about that. We return to see the referees helping Truth up the ramp, but Mojo Rawley runs down and boots him. Rawley pinned him. He's a new 24/7 champion. Rawley celebrates his big win. I don't care. Honestly, I don't give a shit. Charlie Caruso, Bay, stopped Bobby Lashley and Lana earlier today, even though it's dark. Outside the arena, she asked about their wedding and they got mad. They recount the events of the wedding and say it was a disaster. No question it was. No shit it was. So they made 2 New Year resolutions to accept that everyone is jealous of them and they will crush Rusev. The happy couple make their entrance as we head to the break and we get Rusev versus Bobby Lashley. If you enjoyed this storyline, I'm going to continue to say this every single time until the storyline's officially over. If you enjoyed this storyline, you are the biggest virgin in the wrestling community. I'm not going to go over what happened here. Just know that Liv Morgan made an appearance. Out comes Liv Morgan and she goes right for Lana. They come face to face and Liv begs Lana to hit her. Lana grabs a fan's drink and throws it in Liv's face, then whips her into the barricade before screaming. Meanwhile, Lashley delivers a spear to Rusev. Lashley wins. Do you care? Honestly, sit there and ask yourself this question. Do you care? No. Bobby Lashley wins, and then next thing you know, we got a fucking mixed tag team match for next week. I thought they was going to save this for the Rumble, but thank God, just get it over with already. That's the only reason why they're doing this mixed tag team match for next week. Get it over with already. Get it over with. I'd rather see it on Raw next week than the Royal Rumble. And if it happens at the fucking Rumble, it's going to happen on the pre-show. Hell, matter of fact, I guarantee you, knowing this company, we got this fucking mixed tag team match next week. After what fucking happens next week, I guarantee you this will happen at the Royal Rumble pre-show. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. Oh, because this is so good, let's book it again. I guarantee that happens. I guarantee you. Tony Caruso's backstage and she says she has some breaking news. But up walks Bobby Lashley and Lana. They say Rusev was the least of their worries. Lana calls Liv a troll and a stalker and says she shouldn't intimidate her. So she challenges them to a mixed tag match on Raw next week. Lashley doesn't like it, but Lana yells that she's a fashion model and a fashionista. Nobody intimidates her. Yeah, but then again, you threw Liv Morgan a drink. Yeah. Raw Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders, or should I say the War Raiders, come to the ring. Erick says, new week, same story. When it comes to fucking Raw, New Year, same shit. Same thing with fucking the Twitter chick that I'm not going to mention. New Year, same bullshit. Just know. He says anyone who challenges them gets put down. They have proven their dominance through the Raw Tag Team division. I mean, you've beaten the OC, you've beaten the fucking Street Profits. Who else you have to beat? Ivar says tonight that there are any teeth to try and stop him. And look who the fuck we got. We got the Singh brothers. We got the Singh brothers, people. Samir. Oh my God. Oh, Sunil and Samir Singh against Erick and Ivar. If you went to go take a piss, you missed the match. If you went to go for a bathroom break, you missed the match. If you took your number 1 and number 2, you missed the match. But I doubt that you care. Viking Raiders win with the Viking experience, a.k.a. Thor's hammer. Viking Raiders win. They need to really build up this tag team division. They really do. I'm telling you, the Viking Raiders are really, really good. They're a talented team. They are a very talented team. But you really need to build around Erick and Ivar. You really do. You really have to build up Erick and Ivar. We cut backstage to Rusev and Liv Morgan. He said they're both a waste of breath. Yeah. He says he will fight them next week. Liv says she doesn't make promises she can't keep. So here's a promise. She's a living embodiment of her charisma. And charisma is an honest-to-God bitch. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. Jerry Lawler's in the ring, ready to oversee a contract signing between Becky Lynch and Asuka, which they will fight after the Royal Rumble for the Raw Women's Championship. One of the matches that I'm looking forward to on January 26th. Also, guys, leave a comment down below. What are you most looking forward to? The Royal Rumble or Worlds Collide? Because NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool 2 was a fantastic show. It was a fantastic show. The ending was just brilliant. It was just picture perfect to end that TakeOver show. With the Undisputed Era attacking Imperium, it was just a great show. It was just a great show overall. Great show overall. Lynx comes to the ring first, and Lawler asks if there's anything she'd like to say, but she just sits down. Asuka's out next to carry Singh in tow. Singh pokes Lynx with an umbrella a few times, so Becky takes it from her and makes her leave the ring. They get down to business, and Asuka signs first. Becky pauses, then puts pen to paper. Lynx says, "May the best woman win," but Asuka jumps up and sprays the poison mist in her face. Asuka yells something in Japanese while Becky rolls around in agony. Asuka and Singh leave up the ramp and doctors tend to Becky. Whatever Asuka said in Japanese sounded good. Whatever Asuka said in Japanese sounded good. Becky asks for the microphone as she's getting her eyes flushed, but she can't open her eyes. She says that when they give you money, praise, awards, everything, it's all poison, and her veins are full of it. Becky says Asuka is hungry and agony while she's been happy. She says she's tried to find an anger to face Asuka because she's the most dangerous woman she's ever faced. Becky looks in the camera and says she struggled to find that anger, but when someone puts their hands on her, it arises a badness. She says that she doesn't care that they've tried to erase Asuka, but she doesn't care that she might lose at the Royal Rumble again, because she'll go down swinging. The simple fact that Becky cut that promo after she got her eyes sprayed by the green mist, her promo was excellent. I loved it. She's pissed off. She's trying to find that anger that is still inside her after all of 2019, after what happened. Becky is still thinking about that loss she suffered against Asuka last year at the Royal Rumble. The matchup was fantastic. It was one of the best women's matches all year. One of the best women's matches all year last year. Really great matchup. Becky thinks that if she can't beat Asuka, she doesn't deserve to be Raw Women's Champion. She basically just said that without even saying it. She feels like if she can't beat Asuka at the Royal Rumble for the Raw Women's Championship, she doesn't deserve to be champion. And that's the mentality you gotta have against Asuka. Will it be a great matchup? Yes, it will. It'll be a fantastic matchup. Let's just see what happens on Sunday. Let's just see what happens on Sunday. Next week, we get Rey Mysterio facing Andrade in a ladder match for the United States Championship. This should be good. Now, again, we're getting a Rey Mysterio Andrade match. Again, why is Rey getting another U.S. title match? I don't know. But we are getting a ladder match next week, which I can't wait for. Should be good next week. Should be good. Should be the match tonight next week. And if anything, I'm having this main event the show next week. Don't put it in the middle of the show. Don't put it in the first hour. Don't put it in the second hour. Put this on the third hour in the main event of Monday Night Raw next week. This could be match of the night next week. This could be. Zelina Vega and Andrade are interviewed backstage. Vega says that Andrade is more of a man than Rey Mysterio is. He was more of a man when he beat him to win the U.S. title. He was more of a man when he retained it last week. And when he took the mask off Rey, Zelina says Rey is a disgrace to all Latinos everywhere and a disgrace to his children. Andrade yells in Spanish, which was fucking fantastic. Rey joins Charlie Caruso backstage to respond. Rey says he's being accused of being a criminal and not being worthy of representing the Latino people. Rey speaks Spanish. He says ever since Andrade won the title, he felt that he can get away with anything. And Vega thinks he's a joke to his kids. That's not a joke, nor was it a joke. When Andrade injured Humberto Carrillo, Rey says he loves the ladder match and he's willing to risk years of his career, and he accepts those risks. Next week, he's going to take the United States Championship. Should be good. Cannot wait for that matchup next week. We get a video package highlighting Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy. Black makes his way to the ring where they two will meet, go to battle for the third time in less than a month. Third time in less than a month. Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy, this match was great. This match was great. But I have one little problem. One little thing could be the biggest difference. One thing can become the biggest situation here. The matchup was great. I love the matchup. The matchup was fantastic. If you was to ask me which of the three matches were great, I would have to say the second one that they had after TLC. The second match they had after TLC. That one episode of Raw where Black and Murphy fought, that second matchup was the best match out of all three of them. Best match out of all three of them. So, Murphy hit a springboard moonsault with a kick. They hit Murphy's Law, but Black got his foot on the rope. So Murphy can't believe it. He tries to lift Black for a second Murphy's Law, but Black can't stand it. Black can't stand. Instead, Murphy lifts him with his boot and swings. Swings a Black Mass, but Black ducks it, hits his own Black Mass for some reason, and I did not like this whatsoever. I did not like this at all. Black hits Black Mass on Murphy. For some reason, the referee didn't count the 3, and it was clearly a mistake because Black got up and just hit another Black Mass to win the matchup. I seen the replay of that when Black hit the first Black Mass on Murphy when the referee stopped. Murphy did not even kick out. His shoulders were pinned down to the mat. He didn't even move an inch. He didn't even move an inch when he got hit with fucking Black Mass. He didn't even kick out. I don't know what the referee fucked up. They fucked up the Black Mass move. They fucked it up. Because once Black hits Black Mass, it's over. Count straight to 3. The Black Mass is starting to become one of the most protected moves right now in WWE. You didn't protect it anymore because you made it seem like Buddy Murphy kicked out, and he did not kick out. I seen replays of it. He did not kick out of it. He did not. He didn't even move a single inch. They fucked up the Black Mass. Now it's going to go down in the history books as Buddy Murphy being the first man to kick out of the Black Mass move. And I do not like that. I did not like that whatsoever. So Black got up, hits another Black Mass, and gets the victory. I did not like that whatsoever. The matchup was great. Don't get me wrong. The match was great. It's just that ending, you fucked up. Big time, you fucked up. Big time. Big time, you fucked up. Black wins. He stays undefeated. So far, Monday Night Raw. Erick Rowan comes to the ring with his birdcage, and Buddy Murphy is still sitting at ringside. He stood, and let me say this, and what I loved about this, Buddy Murphy stood at ringside after the Erick Rowan matchup and the main event. He stood at ringside the entire matchup, and I love that. I love that. Caruso tries to interview Buddy at ringside, but he isn't interested. So we get Erick Rowan versus a unnamed talent. Rowan wins with a face hugger chokeslam. That's about it. Finally, guys, get to the main event here. Fist fight. 6-man tag. Big Show, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins and the Authors of Pain. AOP. So, I didn't know the rules of this matchup, but I know it had no disqualification, it had no countouts, no pinfalls, and no submission. The match can only stop when your team is unable to continue. Okay? So, the match is going on. I mean, the match wasn't that bad. The match wasn't that bad. So we get Joe grabbing Razor and puts him on the table, then hits the senton off the stage through it. Meanwhile, Big Show is beating Rollins to the ring. Seth rolls outside and Buddy Murphy is still there. Seth begs him for help, but Murphy ignores him. Show drags Rollins back into the ring, looks for the WMD, but in comes Murphy and he low blows the Big Show. Buddy Murphy forces turn heel. Murphy and Rollins then ram Show to the table, propped in the corner. The 4 men on the stakes start fighting again, but Akam and Razor put Joe on the announce table. Then they lift Owens and slam him onto Joe and through the announce table. In the ring, Rollins looks for the stomp, but Show avoids it, throws Buddy from the ring. Show splashes Rollins in the corner, then starts climbing the ropes, but Akam and Razor grabs him and powerbomb him. Murphy returns and helps lift Show so that Rollins can hit the stomp. The referee calls for the belt. The match is over. After the match, Seth hugs Akam and Razor. He then hits his attention to Buddy Murphy and opens his arms. Murphy hugs Rollins, and they've officially joined forces. And from there, the show went off the air. I'm not going to lie to you, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the ending of this matchup. The ending where Murphy turned heel, I enjoyed. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that really much. I really did. I enjoyed that really much. I still want to know, and we still don't know this yet. I mean, I don't know if they even said this by now. I don't know if they did by now. What is the name of this stable? The one thing I want to know. What is the name of this stable? Do we have a specific name for this stable? Rollins calls himself the Monday Night Messiah. Yeah, Rollins got a fucking disciple on this episode of Raw. And his name is Buddy Murphy. Let's see how long they have this last with Buddy Murphy. Let's just see how long they last with this. Let's see. I'm behind it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. But I'm intrigued now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've enjoyed Rollins so far as a heel, quote-unquote, Messiah. So far, I'm enjoying it. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Other than that, outside of Becky's promo, Brock's segment, the decent triple threat match, Black and Murphy 3, and Murphy's heel turn, this show was just a typical episode of Monday Night Raw. And let me say this now. The ratings for Raw will show tomorrow. When we wake up and shit, we wait around like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4:30. We will see the ratings of this show. I would not be surprised if this show has a 2.3 or lower. I would not be surprised. People are giving this show 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. What was so good about this show outside of the 5 things that I mentioned? What was so good about this show? Nothing. Nothing. And we're going to get more of that until the Royal Rumble. Because that's when we get the WrestleMania season, that's when we get the intriguing stuff. But as of right now, get used to this. Get used to this till then. And that, folks, is the reality of things right here on the Monday Night Raw review right here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed Raw review, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought of Raw tonight. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, got a blister on my fucking hand. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to show your support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on those bells, guys, for all notifications. My reaction video to Soda Pop's fucking trash video of mine is live on the channel right now. Link to that video will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper hand corner of your screen. Also, check out Monday Night Raw review from last week. I apologize for not giving you guys Dynamite review or NXT review from last week because it has so much shit to do. I was going to cover Dynamite, but I wasn't really enjoying Dynamite that much last week. But NXT was a great show. And NXT review doesn't really do well on my channel. It really doesn't do that well. So, I might have to stop doing NXT review for at least a while. But Raw review from last week is live on the channel. Episode 66 of the Reality Podcast as well is live on the channel, and I'll link to all those videos. Will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you guys are following me on social media. Instagram, at your boy Chris YT. Twitter, Chris from Logan. And Snapchat, Chris was hated. Like I said, folks, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to show your support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on those bells, guys, for all notifications. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. Dynamite should be good on Wednesday. I can't wait for Dynamite on Wednesday. So no upload tomorrow. I will be on jury duty. Unless if I come out early, I'll probably give you guys episode 67 of the reality podcast right here tomorrow on Tuesday before Wednesday. And some of you guys have been telling me, Chris, you should start covering Dark while you're doing Dynamite review. I might start doing that as soon as next week. I might do it tomorrow. I might do it on Wednesday, or I might do it next Wednesday. I might just do that. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all of our social media. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, either tomorrow for episode 67 of the reality podcast or Wednesday for Dynamite review. Till then, I'm Chris. Talk to you guys later.